Yo, what's going on, everybody? Peace and blessings. Gerald, son, the Church Enlightening Minds Enterprise, Wolfpack Family Representative, aka Mr. Shift Your Perspective. Yo, check this out, man. I want to talk about communication a little bit, just real briefly, you know. And it's, because communication to me is one of my core values, you know. And so, no matter if it's just in a regular relationship like between homies, workplace, education, in line, just on the social, just general setting, or whether it be on the intimate level between loved ones, you know, family, siblings and parents and so on, you know what I'm saying? Communication, man, is a very significant piece, man, when you talk about relations and chemistry and harmony, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I've heard so many times people think that they're good communicators, they love to talk. And women particularly love to say that they're good communicators. And also women particularly love to say that they're open-minded, you know what I'm saying? But what I found in reality, a lot of individuals are only open-minded to a certain degree. They're only open-minded when it comes to an individual who can, or who are willing, you know what I'm saying, to conform their thoughts to their thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, I've told many people before that a truth is still a belief. A truth is still a belief. Even if I say something is hard, a chair is hard, it's a fact to an individual that understands or have a relative idea of the hardness of a chair versus other things. But when you put that thing up against something that is super concrete or whatever, and you can break that, then the individual might say, well, you know, it has some stability to it, but it's not as stable as that concrete. So to me, it's not hard. It's, you know, has some solidness to it. But, you know, my point is that it's relative. Truth is relative. Anyway, we're talking about communication. Communication is based on a vocabulary. It's based on one's language. You know, the language that you speak, English, Spanish, whatever, right? Communication is based on also, when you're talking about understanding, it's based on one's somewhat school of thought, somewhat one's source of authority. When you want somebody to understand you, when you want somebody to grasp your truth, your logic, you're basing that from a source of authority. Like, let's say, for example, if I say that you kind of stop at that red, at that stop sign, that you can't roll past it here in America, then you got to understand that I'm telling you this based on America's law in regards to stopping at a stop sign. But if I'm talking to someone who's from Africa or from Europe or from Canada or from Saudi Arabia, their laws may differ by the letter in regards to what stopping at what a stop sign may actually consist of. You know what I'm saying? So my point is this here, that communication, man, when you think about it, when it really just boils down to it, it's based on many different principles, man. So we have to be a bit more open-minded when we communicate with people, because I gotta know where you sit, where you stand when I'm trying to get you to understand me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, communication is strongly based on an understanding of each other. That's the core principle of communication, is that I understand you and that you get a truly correct understanding of me. I've been accused of wanting to be right just because I may continue to elaborate about something. Nah, it's not that I want to be right. I want to be understood correctly. Therefore, when you go and share a thought that you got from me or a statement that you got from me, I want to make sure you share it correctly and not share it based on an understanding that you had that is incorrect. So that's my thought, man, this evening. Communication. Communication, man. Communicate, talk. Silence is a form of communication. Verbalizing things is a form of communication. Your body language is a form of communication. It is said by some scholars that 70% of the things that you say about you is through your body language. By the way you walk, by the way you sit, by the way you move when you communicate, when you actually verbalizing something. Your eyes, the way you flip the turning of your lip. It's significant. It means something. It comes from somewhere. It's the reason why you done it, whether you are conscious of it or not. That's what's on my mind right now. It's communication. Think about how you communicate. Communicate just like listening, which is also an aspect of communication. It's a learned thing. It's a skill. It's not something that's just given to you. Yeah, you can hear. Yeah, you can talk. But I'm saying like effectively. Effectively to the point to where you can create chemistry and harmony between you and another individual. You see, everything was created in oneness. We're interdependent. Look that up. We interdependent. Therefore, we need each other. And if we need each other, then we can't act like unhealthy communication is okay. Nah, I don't have an issue, man. Don't try to look into me and try to dissect me. Those who know me, don't try to look into me and try to say like, damn, what's going on with him? What I'm doing is exercising my passion and what I believe to be my life purpose. I need you to feel me, man. I need you to feel me. I seen somebody who got 5.3 million shares and views on some silly shit. And everybody who I know viewed it probably looked at it as some silly shit. However, it was viewed 5.3 million times. But when you get somebody shooting at your brain, you might push like, and that's it. Man, it said a lot about our society. Then we wonder why it's so fucked up, huh? We wonder why we're in the condition that we in. We wonder why we live in a world that love lies. We wonder why we get lied to so much. Gerald, Hassan, the children should like the mind's enterprise. Peace and blessings.